physician-assisted suicide. So recently there was a bill passed in the UK that enables physicians to actually assist people in their last stages of life to actually end their life. There are lots of rules behind it. It is not as straightforward. But one thing's for certain, whether you are for this bill or against this bill, this has an impact on anyone, especially a doctor. Now, one of the hardest things in my life that I find very difficult even now as a doctor is when patients die. And one of the things I do in the community, I'm a lead for frailty and palliative care in the community, and I see a lot of death as part of my job. And I have to say, even now, after doing it for so long, it still has a mental toll to me. So I can't imagine if you, as a physician, if you were to actually, one of the things that you need to do is actually sit with the patients till they pass. Although you're not administering the medication, it is a very hard thing to see. So whether you're for it or not. Now, there are lots of things people say, like, we wouldn't even do that on our pets. If we see them suffer, we will put them to sleep. Even I've done that for my guinea pig. We couldn't see him actually suffer, and we've put him to sleep. So whatever your thing is, but whether it will have a mental impact on you as an individual, yes, it will. So, and that's when, something similar to me happened during the pandemic, when I was seeing so much death around me, when I had to do 5 death certificates in a half a day at work. That had an impact, a mental impact. And sometimes as a medical professionals, I have to see about 3-4 people back to back with depression, and it does affect you as a person. Because if you have any kind of compassion, it will affect you. And that's when I realized that depending on my job, no matter how I love my job, as a means to actually provide for me for a living, is not sustainable in the long run. Why? Because all these things happen, and at some point you would want to take a break. You would say, like, today, I think for my mental health, I do need to take a break. And this is not just for doctors. It's also, I have a team member yesterday who was doing a live, and he was saying that, and his wife was saying, like, he's in IT, and for the past week or so, because it's the year end and lots of clients want all their projects closed, he's hardly sleeping 2 to 3 hours a day. Now, we all know that is not sustainable, and that's not good for anyone in the long run. So that is why, no matter what your profession is, you need to have a backup plan. You need to make sure that even, when times like this happen, you need some time out. But what I realized is, because, during the pandemic, this was my only source of income. I had no choice. I had to go in for work. And I couldn't say I don't want to go into work because I just want to help myself and help my mental health. But then my bills wouldn't be paid. And that's when I realized it was foolish to actually just rely on a job. And that's why I, as a medical professional, and many people in my team as various professionals, even though we love what we do, it can have an effect. And we are not getting any younger. So as we get older, things are becoming more and more difficult, and the pressures are more with life in general. So we need to all think about something that will sustain us in the background while we do what we love. Because if you love your job that much, and if you want to do it till you grow old, you can't be doing the hours that you're doing. It's just not sustainable. So if you want to cut down your hours and then do your best when you are at work, starting an online business is the way forward. It's flexible. You decide your hours, and you decide as how fast you want to grow and how much you want to grow. It's all under your control. And our platform offers the mentorship, the coaching, and all that you need to actually be successful. So if you are actually stressed and burnt out because you are relying only on your job as your main source of income, and you've come to the realization that, that's not sustainable in the long run, but you still want to do it, why not reach out to me and let me help you actually have something on the side, build something on your side, so that you can still continue to do your passions, but in your own terms. Speak soon.